Hey guys, it's Casy Michelle, and welcome back to my channel where I make videos about a lot of things because I like a lot of things. In this video, we are going to be talking about a topic that has recently been brought to the forefront of my attention and imagination. So what we're going to be talking about is, or basically the title of this video is kind of controversial. It's how to steal music and get away with it, right? But I'm not actually talking about ripping songs from YouTube because I think at this point we've all done that and gotten away with it.
Yeah, the song? Yeah, steal it. It's on YouTube. You just go to listentoyoutube.com and then you pop in the URL and then you're there. There you go.
I am talking about this book, okay? So I got this book. I've been wanting to read this book for ages. I read the whole thing. It's a really easy read, really quick. In this particular video, I'm not going to get into songwriting as far as lyrics go, as much as I guess the production, musical side of things, if that makes sense. So alternatively, the title of this video could also be how to make better songs that are totally you, because I feel like that's actually one thing I've kind of gotten good at. You guys would know that because I haven't released 99.9% of my discography, but we will get there. It is 2020. I'm coming at you guys. So I've got 5 tips and ideas for you guys to try out to help you with this concept, and I've got a note here, okay? So the first tip that I have for you guys is to actually sit down, listen to some songs that you like, and not just songs that you like, but songs that you've thought to yourself, I kind of want to make a song like that. That's something that I feel like would fit me or whatever. Just any kind of song that you've thought that you would want to make, right? So sit down, listen to those songs, take notes. And I mean actually get a notebook, okay? And take notes on the elements of the song that you like, or even just the elements of the song that stick out the most to you. Really listen to it. Give it 2 or 3 listens and take notes, right? So this is something I actually have been doing for a long time. I found this is from 2015. These are some notes that I made on songs that I had been listening to on an 8 tracks playlist that I really liked. So they're really cringy weeb songs, but so I made notes such as punchy kick and snare, piano chord progression, repetitive lead synth. I also made notes about the sequence of the drums, because that was something that I really liked. Bass heavy, the shape, the waveform shape of the synthesizers that I'm hearing. I even wrote a note sounds like it has cutoff filters. There are a bunch. There's 2 pages here. This is from 2015, so I was 14 when I did this. Yeah, so I definitely highly recommend making notes like that for songs. I even just did it a couple minutes ago, before I did this video, for a song that I've been really enjoying lately called Number One Fan by Muna. I think is how you say it. It might be Muna. M-U-N-A? Muna? Not sure, but I really love that song. So obviously, now because I've learned more, I can take more detailed notes because there are more things that I notice. But start anywhere, definitely do that. I highly recommend it. So the second idea or thing that you could be doing is to try to apply some of those ideas to your own songs, right? So if you're listening to a bunch of songs and you notice maybe a lot of them have a particular synth sound in the bass, that you'll try and use that, right? So, for example, this is something I have done recently. I listen to sometimes a lot of house music, and there's this particular very plucky bass sound in house music. I love every time I hear it. I'm just yeah, it's awesome, right? So it kind of sounds like that. So I actually went on YouTube. I found a tutorial on how to make a synth like that in Citrus, and I've used it in a bunch of my songs.
I know it's my fault, I'm always the problem. Oh.
It's not as obvious in a lot of my songs, just because I don't make blatant house music, but that's an example of you can use things that you like and hear in other songs in a completely different way. So there's an idea. And you can do that also with the actual musical ideas. So if you hear a chord progression, you can maybe use like the same chord progression in a different key, change up the voicings, things like that. You can't copyright chord progressions. So, or also, you know, try and come up with new stuff. You could literally steal a chord progression from another song, right? Change the voicings, change the key, and only use it in like one part of the song. There are a lot of different things that you can do with chord progressions. So, like, get creative. Or like one particular chord change, right? So you could hear in maybe like a jazz piece, or even, I don't know, something classical, like a particular chord change that it is just really cool to you, and you could just take it, use it differently. Like, it'll sound totally different, I guarantee you. Like, Number 3 is a tip that was also included in this book that I have actually, I'm gonna be trying this out because I've never actually done this before, but it is to literally copy your favorite songs, like literally. So if you've ever been on YouTube, you probably are aware of the fact that people do remakes of popular songs where they just remake the entire song in like whatever DAW that they want to. So you could literally find one of those on YouTube, download if you can, like the FLP, if you use FL Studio. If you don't, I don't know what those other kind of files are called, but you could probably find one. Or if you can't, like, find that and, you know, reverse engineer it, then you could literally just try and copy it to the best of your ability, right? Nobody is hurt by your doing that. Like, it's just the process of reverse engineering you'll learn a lot from, and you'll find a lot of things that you can take and apply to your own music. Number 4 is just to write songs that you want to listen to. This is literally like, this is just the main, I did a video 2 weeks ago about like creating the things that you wish you existed. That's like my creative vibe for 2020, like I said. But so yeah, write the songs that you want to listen to. So just make a big master list of all the kinds of things that you find in music you commonly like, and use those things to make songs that you wish existed, right? So for example, me personally, I love big bass sounds, okay? Like, I love bass. If a song is not bass heavy, I don't mess with it, you know? I love bass. I like strings a lot. I like e-piano sounds. I use those a lot. 80s styles drums. I love convolution reverb, and I love like really warm distortion. So those are things that I use like pretty much all the time. Like, I don't think I even have a song that exists that doesn't have like some kind of really aggressive, punchy bass sound and an e-piano. Like, it doesn't compute. It's totally not me if it doesn't have those things in it. So yeah, make a list of things like that, because then you always have kind of a place to start from for a song. So if you can't really think of anything, you could just go to that master list and be like, okay, which one of these elements can I start with? I also have, not really a list, but like just in my head, I know that there are certain keys that I really like the sound of. For example, like C sharp major. I like C sharp major. I feel like I work in C sharp major a lot. I may not though, I don't know. I like C sharp major. I like A major. I use A major a lot, actually. A minor, I also like. Yeah, keys like that. There are certain intervals that I find I used a lot as well. Like, I really enjoy the sounds of fifths, and then in melodies, I jump half steps a lot because it sounds really dissonant. So I use that a lot. Yeah, find those kinds of things that you enjoy and make music from that. And that's another reason why it can be really helpful to copy your favorite songs, because you can find those kinds of patterns within the music that you like. So you might find that you like songs that are in a minor key a lot, or that you might like the Lydian mode or something like that. Find things like that. And which brings me to my 5th and final tip, which is not really a tip, this is just kind of like advice, I guess, is not, and this is something I'm saying to myself, okay? So you, well, Cassie, while you're watching this, hey, I'm talking to you. This is not, don't succumb to the pressure to be exceptional, okay? Like, recently I've been listening to a lot of classical music, and obviously classical music is classical for a reason. Like, this junk is complex, it's fantastic, and the people who made this music were ridiculously talented, okay? That's cool and all, but that doesn't have to be you, okay? Like, it's 2020, okay? You do not have to be Tchaikovsky. You don't have to be Debussy, however the flip you say that guy's name. He's a cool guy. But you don't have to be that guy, okay? Your music does not have to be that fantastic for you to put it on Spotify, okay? Like, who is being harmed by you putting music on Spotify? Literally no one. Like, it doesn't matter if it's, like, fantastic level stuff, okay? You just have to be you, okay? You have to make music that is you. People will either hate it, or they will love it, or they will be completely indifferent to it. That's fine. All of the above are fine. That is not the end goal. The end goal is the process. It's enjoying the process of making music that has never existed before and will never exist after you are gone. That's the end goal, really. And you have to have the audacity and also the humility to make music that you love and share it. Like, it's both. You have to be ridiculously cocky and proud of what you're doing, and simultaneously humble to know that this is probably not, you know, particularly groundbreaking, okay? But it's special to you, and that's all that matters, okay? All right. That is it. That's the end of this video. But before I go, I just wanted to recommend 3 books if you liked anything that I have to say. The first is obviously Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. Highly recommend this book. Cannot recommend it enough. It is not actually specifically about like art, like physical art, like drawing or something. Like, he literally touches on pretty much everything, like writing, music, drawing, all sorts of things. So highly recommend that book. So the second book that I highly recommend is Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. Looks like this. This is a fantastic book. I'm actually thinking of rereading it because it's just that good. A lot of really good quotes in this. I mentioned it briefly in my Create What You Wish Existed video, and it's the book The War of Art by Steven Pressfield, I think is his name. I could be wrong about that. I'll put a caption if I'm wrong. But that's a really good book just about, you know, disciplining yourself and creating things that suck sometimes, kind of, and overcoming, like, creative resistance, which is kind of like what I talked about in the 5th point, I guess. Go out and make things. And that is it. That is the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked, be sure to leave a like, maybe subscribe. Maybe check out my one single that I have currently out right now. It's called Drama Queen. You will hear a lot of the elements that I mentioned in this video, so check that out. That is all. Thanks for watching. Bye.